This is a director I should own more movies of. I am a huge Italian film fan of all the genres, spaghetti westerns, to giallos, to Eurocrime, to the horror. But for some reason, I just don't own enough Umberto Lenzi films, and so don't judge me too harshly on. I only own 10 of his movies, and I should own 20. But the first film, the oldest film I own of Umberto Lenzi is Almost Human. It's a Eurocrime film, and it is an amazing film. Thomas Millen is so creepy in this film, and it is a disturbing Eurocrime film, and one of the best the genre has to offer. And in my humble opinion, Umberto Lenzi is the master. His genre, he was the master, and is the Eurocrime film. And for that, I do own a lot of his films in this particular genre. Then I have Rome Armed to the Teeth. Again, one of the best films the genre has to offer. This is more action-packed than Almost Human. Thomas Millen returns as a villain, where Lorenzo Merli, hot off the popularity of his Inspector Betty films, Violent Rome and Special Cop in Action. This film, it pokes a little fun at the genre, but at the same time makes one of the best films the genre has to offer. Just an amazing film. Um, Umberto Lenzi then directed Merli in the third film into the Inspector Betty trilogy, Violent Naples. Again, one of the best films the genre has to offer. Umberto Lenzi really shined in the genre. Extremely violent, extremely action-packed. Yeah, you're going to have fun with this one. Then he directed a sequel to Rome Armed to the Teeth, The Cynic, the Rat, and the Fist. Of course, the title is inspired by The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Not as good as Rome Armed to the Teeth, but not a bad sequel. Lorenzo Merli this time he quit being a police officer and now is a vigilante. Thomas Millen actually plays a different character known as the Chinaman, where he was known as the Hunchback in Rome Armed to the Teeth. And sorry, my dog keeps getting in the way. And it's not as good, but you know what? Not a bad sequel. Highly enjoyable. After that, in the 1980 late 70s and early 80s, Umberto Lenzi's films changed. It became really cheesy gore fest, basically. Pretty bad films, but still entertaining in a bad way. And one of his most popular films is actually from this era, and that is Nightmare City, aka City of the Walking Dead. And it is so bad, it's great. Atomic, he doesn't like to call them zombies. He likes to call them infected people. And but it really is a zombie movie at heart. Atomically infected people are rampaging through the city, biting, turning other people into quote-unquote zombies. Yeah, if you like Italian trash, this is one of the most owns. Then, of course, he started directing some films in the notorious cannibal film genre. He basically created the genre with a movie called Man from Deep River, a film that I used to own on DVD, but my disc ended up cracking from the center and became unplayable, so sadly I haven't replaced it yet. Eaten Alive is a pretty trashy entry in the genre. Uses a lot of stock footage from Mountain of the Cannibal God and Man from Deep River, among other films, and Jungle Holocaust also. Even though Umberto Lenzi denies it, he says he filmed every bit of it, and it's like bullshit. Watch those films. There's a lot of stock footage in this from those. And again, this takes a particular taste of film for people to like this, and definitely not one of the best films of the genre has to offer. His most famous film in the notorious cannibal subgenre is Cannibal Ferox. Every bit as extreme as Cannibal Holocaust, except this is the trashy rip-off version of Cannibal Holocaust. This is aka Make Them Die Slowly, notorious among gorehounds. Again, not for everyone, not for the meek. And then I have, in the 80s, his films really went downhill. How about this collection? It's called Expendables 2, but it's actually a 4-film collection of like Macaroni Combat films. And he has a film, The Wild Team, in the early 80s Macaroni Combat film. with Antonio Sabato, and it's not very good. I actually bought this set just for Umberto Lenzi's film, and you definitely tell he was struggling like his other director brethren in the 80s. It's not a very good film. And then this set, Inglourious Basterds 2, again, is actually a 4-film set, and I bought it for his film Bridge to Hell. Came out in 1986, Macaroni Combat World War II film. Again, really sucked. But you know, I got this for $2, and I bought it just to see Umberto Lenzi's film. And then I have the 1990 Crapfest Black Demons, released in Italy as Demon Eye 3. Yes, this was released as quote-unquote the official third entry into Lamberto Bava's Demons trilogy. And it has nothing to do with the first 2 Demons films. It has 6 zombies as opposed to demons, and it just sucks. And, you know, I had a hard time making it through this movie. That's it for my Umberto Lenzi collection. I definitely need to own more films of his. I need to get Sandok and Syndicate Sadists, and among some others. He directed some pretty good Giallos too that I have yet to buy. But that's it for now. Definitely his earlier films are much better than his 80s films by far.